Ladies and gentlemen, it is a profound honor to stand before you today surrounded by such vibrant energy and a spirit of enthusiasm. I want to take a moment to acknowledge each one of you for being here, for your commitment to growth, and for your willingness to invest in your own happiness and success. You see, every one of us has a unique journey, and the path we walk is shaped by our choices, our thoughts, and yes, our words. Today, as we delve into the theme of shut up when you are happy, let us open our hearts and minds to the wisdom that resides within silence and the power of our inner joy. So let us embrace this moment together, ready to explore the depth of our happiness and the significance of guarding it as we pursue the greatness that lies ahead. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence, and thank you for your willingness to grow. Now, let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Happiness is a precious, rare experience that often feels fleeting in a world filled with challenges and distractions. It's the kind of feeling that lifts you, gives you a sense of fulfillment, and allows you to see life from a different perspective. But the truth is, happiness isn't something to be carelessly shared or flaunted. It's something that requires careful guarding. Not out of selfishness or fear, but out of wisdom. When you find yourself in a place of happiness, you are vulnerable in ways you might not immediately realize. People will have different reactions to your joy. Some will be happy for you, others indifferent, and some might even be envious. And envy is a silent, destructive force. It can twist people's perceptions and lead to unintended negativity in your life. When you openly display your happiness to everyone, it can attract envy and resentment, sometimes from those you least expect. Friends, colleagues, even family members might not understand or appreciate the depths of your joy. Instead of celebrating with you, they might look for ways to diminish it, whether consciously or unconsciously. Guarding your happiness doesn't mean you should hide it completely or never share it. It means being selective about who you allow into your circle of joy. Not everyone has the capacity to handle your happiness, and not everyone should be given access to it. Some people might offer hollow congratulations while silently wishing they were in your shoes, while others might try to insert negativity into your positive moments. This is why it's important to keep a certain level of privacy when you experience happiness. When you protect your happiness, you create an environment where it can flourish and grow. You allow yourself the space to enjoy it fully without the pressure of external opinions or interference. This space is essential for your personal peace and well-being. Happiness in its truest form is internal. It's not about external validation or approval from others. It's about how you feel in your heart, your mind, and your soul. By guarding it, you ensure that your happiness remains authentic and untouched by the judgments or reactions of others. Protecting your happiness also means avoiding the temptation to seek recognition for it. Often people want to share their happiness in order to gain approval or validation. But true happiness doesn't need applause. It doesn't need to be acknowledged by the world. In fact, the more you guard it, the more it becomes a source of quiet strength within you, fueling your journey forward. When you focus on experiencing happiness for yourself rather than sharing it for the approval of others, it becomes a more powerful, lasting force in your life. In this sense, happiness is not something to be broadcasted, but something to be nurtured, preserved, and protected. It's a sacred part of your life that, when guarded, can continue to grow and inspire you, allowing you to achieve even greater things. Joy is an incredibly powerful emotion. It uplifts the spirit, energizes the mind, and fills the heart with a sense of fulfillment and peace. It has the ability to transform a person's entire outlook on life, sparking creativity, productivity, and even resilience. When you experience joy, you feel as if you are standing on top of the world, capable of overcoming any obstacle or achieving any goal. It's a gift that strengthens you and carries you through even the most difficult times. But while joy in itself is powerful, there is something even greater that accompanies it, and that is the wisdom of silence. The natural instinct when you are happy is to express it, to let everyone around you know that you are filled with joy. But wisdom teaches us that not every moment of happiness needs to be shared aloud. Silence in moments of joy can bring a deeper level of strength and protection. Why is silence wiser than expression? Because when you keep your joy to yourself, you maintain control over it. You guard it from the outside world, protecting it from unnecessary scrutiny, judgment, or negativity. Not everyone who hears of your joy will understand it or appreciate it. Some people might respond with jealousy, others with indifference, and a few with subtle resentment. In this world, not everyone is prepared to celebrate your happiness with a pure heart. Silence in this context becomes a shield. It allows you to savor your joy fully without the intrusion of external influences. It keeps you grounded, helping you to stay focused on the things that truly matter, rather than being distracted by how others perceive your happiness. In silence, your joy becomes a personal source of strength that you can draw on in private moments, fueling your inner drive and fortitude. Moreover, silence and joy allows for introspection. When you choose not to broadcast your happiness, you give yourself the opportunity to reflect on why you are joyful, what brought you to this moment, and how you can sustain it. Instead of seeking validation from others, you are forced to validate yourself, reinforcing your internal sense of fulfillment. This kind of reflection makes your joy more meaningful because it is based on your own personal experiences, your own journey, rather than external approval. In addition, silence helps to avoid unnecessary attention. When you vocalize your happiness, it can attract people who may not have your best interests at heart. Some may try to undermine your success or happiness out of their own insecurities. Others may seek to involve themselves in your life for reasons that are not genuine. But when you choose to be silent, you control who has access to your joy. And by extension, you protect it from those who might attempt to diminish it. There is also an element of humility that comes with silence. Joy, when expressed too loudly or too frequently, can sometimes come across as boastful or arrogant, even if that is not the intention. But silence tempers joy with humility, reminding us that happiness is a personal journey, not a public performance. It is a quiet, steady force that doesn't need external recognition to be real or valuable. Ultimately, joy is an energy that can propel you forward in life, but silence is what ensures that this energy remains pure and undisturbed. By embracing silence, you preserve the integrity of your happiness, allowing it to nurture you in private while you continue to grow and achieve in ways that are meaningful to you. In this balance between joy and silence, you find the wisdom that leads to true, lasting fulfillment. When you experience success or achieve something significant, it's natural to feel a sense of excitement and pride. You've put in the hard work, made sacrifices, and now you're reaping the rewards. You might expect that the people around you, friends, family, colleagues, will share in your happiness, celebrate your victory, and cheer you on. But the reality is, not everyone will celebrate your wins. This can be surprising, even disheartening, but it's a truth that everyone must come to terms with. There are various reasons why some people may not join in your celebration. For some, your success may be a reflection of their own unfulfilled dreams and aspirations. Seeing you achieve something they wish they had accomplished can trigger feelings of envy, jealousy, or insecurity. They may not be consciously aware of it, but your success could highlight their own perceived shortcomings or lack of progress, making it difficult for them to genuinely celebrate with you. Instead of offering encouragement or congratulations, they might distance themselves or downplay your achievements. Others might feel threatened by your success. This is especially common in competitive environments, whether it's in the workplace, social circles, or even among family members. Your win could be seen as a reminder that they haven't reached the same level of accomplishment or recognition, and this can create a sense of rivalry. Instead of celebrating your success, they may feel compelled to compete with you, as if your win diminishes their own potential for success. They may act indifferently, criticize you subtly, or even spread negativity behind your back in an effort to undermine your achievement. In some cases, people may not celebrate your wins simply because they don't understand the significance of what you've achieved. Your journey is personal, filled with challenges, effort, and sacrifices that others may not have seen or experienced. They may not grasp the depth of what your victory means to you, and as a result, their response may seem indifferent or underwhelming. This doesn't necessarily mean they don't care about you. It could just be that they can't fully appreciate the weight of your success from their perspective. Another reason why some people may not celebrate your wins is rooted in the complexities of human nature. People are often preoccupied with their own lives, struggles, and pursuits. While you are reaching a peak in your journey, others may be going through difficult times, facing their own setbacks, or dealing with personal challenges. In these moments, your success, though worthy of celebration, might not resonate with them because they are consumed by their own issues. They might not have the emotional capacity to celebrate your wins when they are struggling with their own. It's also important to recognize that not everyone in your circle has pure intentions. Some people may be around you out of convenience, benefiting from your relationship only when it suits them. They may seem supportive on the surface, but when you achieve success, their true colors are revealed. They may withdraw or show signs of resentment because your success no longer serves their interests or makes them feel less important in your life. This can be painful to realize, but it is part of understanding that not all relationships are built on mutual respect and genuine care. In addition, there are people who may fear change. Your success could represent a shift in the dynamics of your relationship with them. They may worry that your achievements will change you, make you less relatable, or create a distance between you. Instead of celebrating, they may react with hesitation or skepticism, unsure of what your success means for the future of your connection. They may feel insecure about their place in your life as you advance and grow, leading to a lack of enthusiasm for your achievements. Understanding that not everyone will celebrate your wins is crucial for maintaining your emotional well-being. It's a reminder that your happiness and sense of accomplishment should not be dependent on the validation of others. While it's wonderful to have a support system that cheers you on, the absence of celebration from some people doesn't diminish the value of your success. Your journey is unique, and the most important person who needs to recognize and celebrate your wins is you. In the end, what truly matters is that you stay grounded in your purpose and remain focused on your path. The people who genuinely care about you will show up, even if their celebrations look different from what you expected. And for those who don't celebrate with you, it's an opportunity to reflect on your relationships and perhaps reevaluate the role they play in your life. Your wins are yours, and whether or not others celebrate them, you should continue to press forward with confidence, knowing that your success is meaningful even in the silence of others. Emotions are a deeply personal and powerful part of who we are. They shape our perspectives, influence our decisions, and affect how we navigate the world around us. When you experience emotions, whether they are of joy, sorrow, anger, or love, they represent the raw essence of your inner self. But just like any valuable possession, your emotions need to be guarded with care. They are not something to be handed out freely or carelessly exposed to everyone, because the world is full of people who may not handle them with the respect or understanding they deserve. When you share your emotions too openly or with the wrong people, you put yourself in a vulnerable position. Not everyone will respond to your feelings with empathy or kindness. Some may take advantage of your emotional openness, using it as a way to manipulate, control, or hurt you. Others may dismiss your emotions, making you feel as if what you're going through is insignificant or not worthy of attention. This can be deeply damaging, causing you to question your own feelings or retreat into a shell of distrust. By guarding your emotions, you create a sense of personal security. You decide who is worthy of sharing in your emotional world, and you can protect yourself from those who would misuse or misunderstand your feelings. This doesn't mean you have to shut off from others entirely. Rather, it means being selective about who you let into your emotional space. It's about recognizing that not everyone has earned the right to see the deepest parts of you, and that's okay. When you treat your emotions like treasure, you begin to understand their value. Emotions are not weaknesses or flaws. They are signals from within, guiding you toward greater self-awareness and understanding. They tell you when something is right or wrong, when you need to pay attention, and when you need to take action. If you protect these signals, you can use them to your advantage, gaining clarity and strength from the wisdom they offer. But if you leave them unguarded, exposed to the judgments or influences of others, their power can be diminished or even lost. There's also danger in allowing external circumstances to dictate your emotional state. When you don't guard your emotions, you become susceptible to the fluctuations of the world around you. A negative comment, a disappointing outcome, or a difficult situation can easily derail your peace of mind if you aren't careful. But by holding your emotions close, you can maintain a sense of balance and control. You don't have to let every external force dictate how you feel or react. Instead, you can choose to preserve your emotional equilibrium, staying grounded in the midst of life's ups and downs. It's important to realize that emotions, like treasure, are finite in their capacity. You can't pour them out endlessly without eventually depleting yourself. This is why it's so crucial to be mindful of where and how you invest your emotional energy. If you give too much of yourself to people or situations that don't reciprocate or appreciate your emotions, you will find yourself emotionally drained. But by guarding your emotions, you ensure that they are spent wisely on people and causes that truly matter. Guarding your emotions also allows you to maintain a sense of personal dignity. When you protect your inner emotional world, you send a message to yourself and others that you value who you are and what you feel. You don't need external validation to recognize the importance of your emotions. Instead, you honor them internally, giving yourself the space to feel deeply without needing others to approve or acknowledge your feelings. At times, guarding your emotions means knowing when to stay silent. Not every emotion needs to be expressed in the moment. Sometimes the wisest thing you can do is hold back, reflect, and process your feelings before sharing them with others. This restraint gives you time to consider what you're truly feeling and how best to handle it. It also protects you from saying or doing something impulsively that you may later regret. By guarding your emotions in this way, you gain emotional maturity and a deeper sense of self-control. In essence, guarding your emotions like treasure is about recognizing their profound value and ensuring they are treated with the care they deserve. It's about protecting your emotional well-being from the outside world, while also nurturing and respecting your inner self. When you do this, you build a strong foundation of emotional resilience that allows you to navigate life with confidence, strength, and grace. True contentment is something that comes from within. It's not dependent on external circumstances, material possessions, or the opinions of others. While many people spend their lives chasing after things they believe will bring them happiness, whether it's wealth, success, recognition, or relationships, these external factors can only provide temporary satisfaction. Genuine contentment, on the other hand, is rooted in an inner state of being that remains steady regardless of what is happening in the world around you. When you rely on external things to define your happiness, you're placing your emotional well-being in the hands of things that are constantly changing. Money can be lost, relationships can end, and achievements can fade. If your sense of contentment is tied to these things, then you will always be at the mercy of external forces and your happiness will be fleeting. You'll find yourself constantly striving for the next accomplishment, the next purchase, or the next validation, only to feel empty once the novelty wears off. True contentment, however, is not something that can be gained from the outside world. It is an internal sense of peace that comes from understanding who you are and being comfortable with yourself. It means recognizing that you are enough just as you are without needing to prove yourself or meet society's standards of success. It's about accepting yourself with all your strengths and imperfections and finding joy in simply being alive. When you cultivate internal contentment, you are no longer driven by the need to chase after things to fill a void. Instead, you develop a sense of completeness and fulfillment that isn't reliant on external circumstances. You begin to realize that happiness doesn't come from accumulating more, but from appreciating what you already have. This shift in perspective allows you to focus on what truly matters: your inner growth, your relationships, your values, and your purpose in life. Internal contentment also provides a sense of stability in the face of challenges. Life is full of ups and downs, and there will always be situations that are beyond your control. But when your contentment is rooted within, you are able to weather the storms of life with greater resilience. Even when things don't go according to plan, you can still maintain a sense of peace because your happiness isn't tied to the outcome. You know that your worth isn't defined by what happens outside of you, but by the strength and clarity you carry within. Moreover, true contentment allows you to enjoy life more fully in the present moment. When you're constantly seeking happiness from external sources, it's easy to get caught up in the future, always thinking about the next goal or the next desire. But internal contentment brings you back to the here and now. You realize that you don't need to wait for something to happen to be happy. You can find joy in the simple moments of life. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, enjoying nature, or even just sitting in quiet reflection, you learn to appreciate the beauty of the present rather than always longing for what's next. This internal state of contentment also fosters a deeper connection with yourself. You become more in tune with your own emotions, desires, and needs without being swayed by societal pressures or comparisons to others. You stop measuring your life by what others have achieved or by what society tells you is important, and instead you focus on what brings you personal fulfillment. This level of self-awareness helps you live a more authentic and meaningful life, guided by your own values rather than external expectations. Ultimately, true contentment comes from an internal sense of purpose and peace. It's not about what you own, what you've achieved, or what others think of you. It's about being in harmony with yourself and finding joy in the journey rather than constantly striving for something outside of yourself to make you happy. This kind of contentment is lasting because it isn't dependent on anything that can be taken away. It's a state of mind and heart that you cultivate from within. And once you find it, no external circumstance can diminish it. Emotional sabotage occurs when our own thoughts, beliefs, and actions undermine our happiness and well-being. It often manifests as self-doubt, negative self-talk, or fear that prevents us from pursuing our goals and dreams. Recognizing the patterns of emotional sabotage is crucial because it allows us to take steps to prevent it from hindering our personal growth and fulfillment. One of the most common forms of emotional sabotage is negative self-talk. This internal dialogue can be incredibly damaging, leading us to doubt our abilities, question our worth, and feel inadequate. For instance, when faced with a new challenge, instead of embracing the opportunity, we might hear ourselves say things like, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough." These thoughts create a cycle of fear and anxiety that can paralyze us, making it difficult to take action. To combat this, it's important to practice self-compassion and replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Acknowledging that everyone faces challenges and that failure is part of the learning process can help shift our mindset from one of defeat to one of resilience. Another way emotional sabotage creeps into our lives is through comparisons with others. In a world dominated by social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring our self-worth against the achievements and lifestyles of those around us. This comparison often leads to feelings of envy, inadequacy, and frustration. Instead of celebrating our own successes, we become fixated on what others have that we do not. To counter this, it is vital to focus on our personal journeys and accomplishments. By setting individual goals and recognizing our progress, we can cultivate a sense of gratitude for what we have, which diminishes the tendency to compare ourselves unfavorably to others. Fear of failure is another powerful form of emotional sabotage. This fear can prevent us from taking risks and seizing opportunities, causing us to remain in our comfort zones even when we know we are capable of achieving more. We might convince ourselves that it's safer to stay where we are rather than risk the disappointment that comes with failure. However, every successful person has faced setbacks and failures on their path to success. Embracing failure as a part of the learning process helps reframe our understanding of success. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of our worth, we can see it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and improve. Emotional sabotage can also stem from unhealthy relationships. Surrounding ourselves with negative or toxic individuals can drain our energy and diminish our self-esteem. When we're constantly exposed to criticism, judgment, or lack of support from others, it becomes increasingly difficult to maintain a positive outlook. To protect our emotional well-being, we must learn to set boundaries and distance ourselves from relationships that bring us down. Cultivating a supportive network of friends, family, or mentors who uplift us and encourage our growth is essential. This supportive environment allows us to thrive and reinforces the belief that we are worthy of happiness and success. Moreover, unresolved past traumas can act as a significant barrier to emotional well-being. Past experiences of hurt, betrayal, or loss can create deep-seated fears and anxieties that influence our present behavior. We might sabotage our own happiness because we're afraid of getting hurt again or because we believe we don't deserve joy. It's important to confront these feelings and seek help if needed. Therapy or counseling can provide the necessary tools and support to work through past trauma, allowing us to heal and move forward without the baggage of our past weighing us down. Lastly, one of the most effective ways to avoid emotional sabotage is to practice mindfulness. Being present in the moment allows us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. It helps create a space where we can recognize self-sabotaging behaviors as they arise, rather than allowing them to control our actions. Mindfulness encourages us to acknowledge our emotions, understand their root causes, and choose how we respond to them consciously. This awareness empowers us to break free from the patterns of sabotage and make healthier choices that align with our true desires and aspirations. By actively working to avoid emotional sabotage, we create a solid foundation for personal growth, happiness, and fulfillment. It requires a commitment to self-awareness, self-compassion, and surrounding ourselves with positivity. Recognizing the factors that contribute to emotional sabotage allows us to take proactive steps toward a more fulfilling and joyful life, free from the constraints of our inner critics and limiting beliefs. Celebrating quietly means taking the time to acknowledge and appreciate your achievements without feeling the need to broadcast them to the world. In a society that often glorifies public recognition and social validation, it can be easy to fall into the trap of seeking approval from others. However, genuine celebration doesn't require a grand announcement or a loud proclamation. It can be a private moment of reflection, gratitude, and personal acknowledgement. Quiet celebration allows you to connect deeply with your accomplishments, understanding their significance in your journey without the pressure of external validation. This kind of celebration fosters a sense of inner peace and satisfaction. When you take the time to celebrate your wins in solitude, you create a sacred space where you can reflect on the hard work, perseverance, and dedication that went into achieving your goals. It's an opportunity to appreciate the journey rather than just the outcome. By acknowledging the steps you took, the obstacles you overcame, and the lessons you learned along the way, you cultivate a sense of pride that isn't reliant on outside opinions. This self-acknowledgement helps build resilience and confidence, reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving more in the future. Moreover, quiet celebrations encourage a mindset of gratitude. By pausing to recognize your achievements, you also create an opportunity to express gratitude for the resources, support, and opportunities that contributed to your success. Whether it's a supportive friend, a mentor, or even a challenging experience that taught you valuable lessons, recognizing these elements helps foster a sense of interconnectedness and appreciation for the journey of life. Gratitude has a profound impact on our emotional well-being. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, enhancing our overall happiness. While it is essential to celebrate quietly, it's equally important to plan diligently. Planning is the backbone of success. It transforms dreams into actionable goals and aspirations into reality. Without a well-thought-out plan, it's easy to get lost in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, allowing opportunities to slip away or goals to become vague and unattainable. Diligent planning involves setting clear objectives, breaking them down into manageable steps, and creating a timeline for achieving them. This structured approach provides clarity and direction, helping to maintain focus on what truly matters. Additionally, diligent planning requires self-reflection and honesty. It involves taking the time to assess your current situation, understanding your strengths and weaknesses, and identifying the resources you need to succeed. This honest evaluation allows you to set realistic goals and develop a plan that is aligned with your values and aspirations. Moreover, it encourages accountability. When you have a clear plan in place, you are more likely to stay committed to your objectives and take the necessary actions to achieve them. Incorporating flexibility into your planning is equally crucial. Life is unpredictable and circumstances can change in an instant. While it's essential to have a structured plan, being open to adjusting and adapting your approach is just as important. This flexibility allows you to navigate challenges without losing sight of your goals. By viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than failures, you develop resilience and the ability to pivot when necessary. This adaptability enhances your problem-solving skills, allowing you to approach obstacles with a solution-oriented mindset. Furthermore, when you celebrate quietly and plan diligently, you cultivate a deeper understanding of your own motivations and desires. Celebrating your achievements reinforces your sense of purpose, while diligent planning ensures that you are taking steps toward goals that genuinely resonate with you. This alignment between your celebrations and your plans creates a holistic approach to personal growth, fostering a sense of fulfillment and contentment. In the grand scheme of life, both celebration and planning are essential components of a successful journey. Celebrating quietly allows you to cultivate a strong sense of self and appreciation for your accomplishments, while diligent planning provides the framework necessary to turn your aspirations into reality. Together, they create a powerful synergy that propels you forward, fostering personal growth and leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. In a world where social media platforms dominate our interactions, there's an overwhelming temptation to seek validation and approval from others regarding our happiness. We often find ourselves sharing our joyful moments online, whether it's a new job, a beautiful vacation, or personal milestones. However, it's essential to recognize that our happiness does not require an audience. True happiness is an internal experience that thrives independently of external acknowledgement or recognition. When we rely on others for validation of our happiness, we inadvertently hand over control of our emotional well-being. This dependence on external validation can lead to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and disappointment. If our experiences are not met with the applause or recognition we seek, we may start to doubt the value of our happiness and even the legitimacy of our feelings. This cycle can diminish the joy we derive from our accomplishments as we become preoccupied with how they are perceived by others instead of celebrating them for ourselves. Finding joy in solitude allows for a deeper connection with our emotions. When we celebrate our victories and experiences privately, we create a sacred space for introspection. This space enables us to reflect on the significance of these moments in our lives. Whether it's savoring a personal achievement or relishing a simple pleasure, recognizing our happiness on our terms fosters a profound appreciation for life. This self-reflection enhances our emotional resilience, allowing us to navigate the ups and downs of life without feeling compelled to justify our feelings to others. Moreover, when we detach our happiness from the opinions of others, we cultivate a sense of authenticity. We begin to understand that our feelings are valid, irrespective of how they are received by the outside world. This authenticity is empowering. It encourages us to pursue what genuinely brings us joy, rather than conforming to societal expectations or the opinions of others. We become more attuned to our desires and passions, leading to a more fulfilling life that is rooted in our values. Additionally, experiencing happiness in solitude fosters self-reliance. We learn to derive joy from within, building a strong foundation of self-worth that isn't dependent on outside affirmation. This self-reliance enriches our emotional health, enabling us to face challenges and setbacks with greater strength and determination. When we embrace our happiness independently, we reinforce the belief that we are capable of creating our joy, regardless of our circumstances or the approval of others. Furthermore, when we celebrate our happiness without seeking an audience, we free ourselves from the pressure of comparison. In a world driven by competition, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring our happiness against that of others. However, this comparison often leads to dissatisfaction and feelings of inadequacy. By focusing on our personal experiences and celebrating our unique journeys, we shift our perspective from comparison to appreciation. We begin to value our own milestones and experiences, regardless of how they stack up against those of others. Quietly celebrating our happiness also allows us to connect more deeply with our emotions. It encourages mindfulness and presence, allowing us to savor each moment fully. Instead of rushing to share a happy moment, we can take the time to immerse ourselves in it. Whether it's enjoying a peaceful morning, relishing a small victory, or appreciating a beautiful sunset, these moments become more meaningful when we allow ourselves to experience them fully without distraction. This mindfulness enhances our overall well-being, creating a greater sense of fulfillment in our daily lives. Moreover, when we embrace the idea that our happiness doesn't need an audience, we can focus on what truly matters, our personal growth and emotional well-being. We become more intentional about pursuing activities and experiences that align with our values and passions. This authenticity leads to a more meaningful life as we prioritize what genuinely brings us joy over what may garner external approval. The journey toward understanding that our happiness is valid regardless of who witnesses it is transformative. It empowers us to take ownership of our emotions and reinforces the notion that happiness is an internal state rather than a performance for others. When we realize that our joy is enough on its own, we cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves and our experiences, leading to a more enriching and fulfilling life. By celebrating our happiness quietly and independently, we unlock a profound sense of self-worth and authenticity that enriches our journey, regardless of who may or may not be watching. In today's hyper-connected world, the allure of public acknowledgement can often be overwhelming. We live in an age where sharing our aspirations and achievements on social media has become a norm. The act of broadcasting our goals and successes can seem harmless or even motivational, yet it can subtly undermine our journey towards success. The desire for public affirmation can become an enemy to true achievement, distracting us from the essential work and discipline required to reach our goals. When we publicly announce our intentions, we may inadvertently shift our focus from the journey to the reaction of others. This shift can lead to a sense of pressure to perform, often resulting in a heightened state of anxiety. Instead of concentrating on the necessary steps to achieve success, we may find ourselves preoccupied with how others perceive our efforts. This distraction can cloud our judgment, leading us to prioritize the opinions of others over our own aspirations and values. The feedback loop of seeking approval can be debilitating as it fosters a mindset of external validation rather than internal satisfaction. Moreover, public announcements can set unrealistic expectations. When we vocalize our goals, we often feel compelled to showcase our progress regularly. This desire to present a polished version of ourselves can create a facade of success that doesn't accurately reflect the struggles and challenges inherent in any worthwhile endeavor. The pressure to maintain this image can become overwhelming, leading to feelings of inadequacy when things don't go as planned. This disparity between public perception and personal reality can hinder genuine progress, making it difficult to stay focused on our objectives. Additionally, sharing our ambitions publicly can inadvertently lead to jealousy or negativity from others. While we may hope for encouragement, we can also attract unsolicited opinions or criticism. Not everyone will support our endeavors, and some may even undermine our confidence with doubt or negativity. This potential backlash can create an emotionally charged environment that distracts us from our goals and dampens our motivation. Instead of fostering a supportive atmosphere, public announcements can inadvertently invite conflict and distraction into our journey. There's also a psychological aspect to consider. Research shows that verbalizing our goals can create a false sense of accomplishment. When we announce our intentions to others, we may feel a rush of satisfaction, believing we've made progress. This satisfaction can lead to complacency, diminishing our motivation to take action. The excitement of sharing our dreams can replace the urgency needed to pursue them diligently. This psychological trap can derail our momentum as we feel a sense of fulfillment without having actually completed the work required to achieve our goals. In contrast, when we choose to keep our aspirations private, we create a space for genuine growth. This privacy allows us to focus on the tasks at hand without the weight of public scrutiny. We can experiment, learn, and adapt without the pressure of external judgment. In this environment, we cultivate resilience and a growth mindset, understanding that setbacks are part of the journey rather than indicators of failure. The freedom to explore our ambitions without the need for validation fosters creativity and innovation, empowering us to pursue our goals with authenticity. Moreover, maintaining a level of secrecy around our ambitions encourages a deeper connection with our personal motivations. Without the need for external validation, we can reflect on what truly drives us. This introspection allows us to align our actions with our values, leading to a more fulfilling pursuit of success. By focusing on our own standards and aspirations, we cultivate a sense of self-reliance that enhances our emotional well-being. Choosing to keep our successes private also helps us manage our emotions more effectively. In a world filled with comparison, it's easy to feel disheartened when we see others achieve their goals. By refraining from public announcements, we minimize the temptation to compare our journeys with those of others. This choice fosters a mindset of gratitude and appreciation for our unique path, allowing us to celebrate our progress on our terms rather than against someone else's timeline. Additionally, when we do not announce our successes publicly, we create opportunities for meaningful connections with those who genuinely support us. By sharing our milestones with a select few rather than a broad audience, we cultivate deeper, more authentic relationships. These individuals can provide encouragement, feedback, and guidance that align with our values and aspirations. In this supportive environment, we feel empowered to take risks and embrace challenges without the fear of judgment or negativity. Ultimately, the enemy of success lies in the temptation to seek public acknowledgement. While sharing our achievements can seem appealing, it often distracts us from the true essence of what it means to pursue our goals. By focusing on our internal motivations and keeping our aspirations private, we create an environment conducive to genuine growth and fulfillment. This approach allows us to navigate the journey of success with authenticity, resilience, and a profound understanding of our own path. In a world that often prioritizes the hustle and bustle of daily life, we frequently overlook the importance of cherishing our present experiences while safeguarding our future aspirations. The idea of preserving the moment speaks to the need to fully engage in the here and now, appreciating the richness of our current experiences. Meanwhile, protecting the future emphasizes the necessity of thoughtful planning and foresight, ensuring that our present actions align with our long-term goals. Balancing these two aspects is essential for a fulfilling and successful life. Preserving the moment involves cultivating mindfulness and gratitude. When we take the time to be present, we enhance our ability to savor the small joys and successes that life offers. This might mean pausing to appreciate a beautiful sunset, enjoying a meal with loved ones, or celebrating personal achievements, no matter how minor they may seem. Each of these moments contributes to a mosaic of experiences that shapes our lives. By recognizing their significance, we build a reservoir of positive emotions that can sustain us through challenging times. Moreover, being present allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. When we engage fully in our experiences, we foster meaningful relationships. Active listening, genuine conversation, and shared laughter are all byproducts of being truly present with those around us. These connections enrich our lives, providing emotional support and a sense of belonging. By preserving these moments, we create lasting memories that strengthen our bonds with others and enhance our overall well-being. However, while it is vital to appreciate the present, we must also remember that our choices today impact our future. Protecting the future requires us to be intentional about our actions and decisions. This means setting clear goals and aligning our daily practices with those aspirations. When we invest time and effort into our personal development, whether through education, skill building, or health, we lay the groundwork for a brighter future. It is crucial to strike a balance between living in the moment and making conscious decisions that will benefit us in the long run. Foresight is a key component of protecting the future. Anticipating potential challenges and opportunities helps us navigate our past with greater clarity. This may involve evaluating our finances, considering career trajectories, or assessing the impact of our lifestyle choices. By envisioning the outcomes of our current decisions, we can make more informed choices that promote our long-term well-being. This proactive approach empowers us to take charge of our lives, ensuring that we do not become victims of circumstance, but rather architects of our destinies. Moreover, protecting the future is not solely about individual aspirations. It also encompasses the well-being of our communities and the planet. As we enjoy our present moments, we must also consider how our actions affect others and the world around us. This broader perspective invites us to contribute positively to society, whether through acts of kindness, sustainable living practices, or supporting causes that matter to us. By doing so, we not only preserve our own moments of joy, but also help create a better future for those who come after us. Finding harmony between preserving the moment and protecting the future requires mindfulness and self-awareness. It encourages us to reflect on our values and priorities regularly. Are we spending enough time on activities that nourish our souls and enrich our experiences? Are we making choices that align with our long-term goals? By engaging in this kind of introspection, we can ensure that we are living authentically, allowing our present and future to coexist harmoniously. Furthermore, the act of preserving the moment can serve as a powerful motivator for protecting the future. When we cherish our experiences and recognize their value, we become more inclined to work toward goals that enhance our lives. The joy we find in the present can inspire us to take proactive steps toward building a better future. This interconnectedness between our present happiness and future aspirations creates a cycle of positivity, fueling our desire to strive for excellence while enjoying life along the way. In essence, the philosophy of preserving the moment and protecting the future invites us to embrace a holistic approach to life. It encourages us to appreciate the beauty of our current experiences while remaining mindful of the choices we make today. By balancing these two dimensions, we can cultivate a life rich in fulfillment and purpose, paving the way for a future that reflects our deepest aspirations. This balance empowers us to live fully in the present while consciously shaping the legacy we leave behind. In conclusion, embracing the principle of shut up when you are happy serves as a powerful reminder to protect our joy and nurture our success quietly. In a world where the temptation to share our triumphs and happiness can be overwhelming, we must recognize that not every moment needs to be broadcasted. True contentment is often found in the intimate, silent appreciation of our victories, allowing us to focus on our journey without the distractions of external validation or comparison. By valuing our inner happiness and safeguarding our aspirations, we create a more profound connection with ourselves and our goals. Let us celebrate our wins privately, allowing our actions to speak louder than our words and paving the way for a future filled with genuine fulfillment. Remember, your happiness is a treasure. Guard it wisely and let it fuel your journey toward greatness in silence. Thank you.